Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be part 2 for the 5.7 MEFI 4 Mercruiser from Jason Brown. His computer it was having some issues with the throttle position sensor not responding, and also the injectors not running. His concern was, let me just read the email 1 second, which I have it pulled up in here. It says, "Hi, my name is Jason. I'm having issues with my 5.7 Mercruiser not starting. After replacing all the pertinent parts, we feel it is an ECM issue. I would like to get it tested and possibly repair." He is from Georgia. And then we start all the conversation. You can see I'm going to put the link of the description on the description of this video for part 1. If you have not seen it, it's just a short test, but I also go a little far beyond showing what the problems were, and also the signals on the injector that were really erratic, and also the throttle position sensor, that even though the computer was seeing the voltage, the actual pit was just in the scanner. Where you connect the scanner on a computer, you can see the values and you can adjust it, especially here that I have my simulator, right? Okay, so I got the computer. It's still open. All right, the computer is still open. Let me get some images in here. So I'm gonna put the meter so we can see when I turn the computer on. I think it's this one. Let me see. No, not that one. I have the picoscope, so we will see the actual signal from the injectors. I have it on one of the bank of injectors, and then I move it over to the other one, and you can see everything working properly. I'm going to put some pits later on when we run it, but let's first turn it on. We can see the fuel pump prime, and you can see on the image the fiber reference, and all that was there, so that was not really an issue with that. But then we were having a steady fault on the throttle position sensor high. We still have one fault on the fuel pressure sensor because it's not connected, but that's the only thing. All right, so let me get the pits in here. So I think let me just remember. So this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to go over to, right now they're just showing nothing because it's not connected, but I'm going to reconnect. We can see immediately information. Let me just get the pits again. I know that I have throttle position right here. Yeah, we got the throttle position. I also put the voltage. Am I gonna have to reset those pits if they don't change? Because right now I think they're just showing the same thing. I also put injection time, which we're going to check with the actual computer running. And I have injector from only the RPM, right? Very, very important. Like that, you guys will be able to see when the computer actually runs. All right, let me reselect those onto Diacom, because right now they're all showing the same thing. Give me 1 second. Try to get everything as quick as possible ready, but sometimes it's not possible. So let me get injector pulse wet. Showing the same thing. Engine speed. Injector pulse wet. It's not changing. Give me 1 second. Yeah, speed, throttle, why is not changing? Let me get this bulb and I'll be right back. All right, I think I have it ready now. Yes, you will have first the engine speed, then the second is the injector pulse width, which right now is reading 6.5, but it's not running. Then we have the throttle position sensor voltage, and then the throttle position in degrees. All right, so let me get into Diacom. All right, you guys are seeing everything good. I'm going to change the throttle with the computer off so you can see how that now is reading 43% and the voltage is changing. Before that the voltage was changing, but not the percentage, and that's now completely solved. All right, let me put it back into around Let me run it. All right, we can see now the injection running, and now we have a clean injection. All right, so we have, I'm going to just change the speed so you can see the RPMs also changing and the pulse width following that. I'm going to keep it right there so we can see now a one strike per the injector, which before it was like a multi-strike injection. It was very, very weird. So I'm going to move this over to the next bank of injectors, which is in 6. And we can see now the same signal nice and clean. Another thing that we were not having before, I'm not sure if you can see it from that image or not, is now my simulator is reading that very nice and clean, 2.8 milliseconds and 2.8 milliseconds. And if we go into the injection pulse width on the oscilloscope, we can see how it's 2.7, 2.8. It disappears because it loses the trigger, loses the position, but it's in 2.8. So it's matching pretty much drying the money. So the computer is now fully operational. This is going to be 100% fixed, and he's going to be able to run this boat and enjoy his boat, because this is definitely a problem. All right, so let me turn this back off. We're going to lose communication. You can see no fiber reference or anything. I'm going to reestablish communication. Again, everything is in there. Let me move that throttle position to a correct location. Not sure why is that, like something with Diacom. Let me turn them off. Turn it back on. Yes, Diacom is like not updating the percentage properly. But it's, as you can see, it is working good. So, all right, let me run it again. And we can see the injection clean. It's starting, so that is not abnormal. Again, it's a trigger where you're seeing changing in there. But our bank of injection is now doing good. I can change that the injection timing with my map manifold air pressure. And you can see how I'm making it now wider, or I can make it shorter. And that is very nice on the Diacom, because then I can see and read the injector values properly. So all I wanted to do with this video is show the customer and show you all that this computer is fully operational. Repairs are done very nicely. I'm going to seal it with like the gel. This computer has a gel in it that keeps the components into a steady temperature, and also protects them from vibration, because this computer is attached to the engine. But everything is good, so I'm going to keep it running for an hour. This will be obviously not in the video, but I will then save a file for the customer with the last history of hours and everything in there. So, and then collect the payment and send it back to you. All right, Jason and all of you, thank you so much for visiting the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.